Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I just got back from work and I decided that I wanted to make an update video on what ended up happening with my Tesla Model 3 paint. So if you haven't seen my previous video, the issue was when they delivered my Tesla, there were two bumps in the paint. I found one of them and they found the other one, and they said that they can correct it on site. They ended up not being able to correct it and said that I would have to bring it back in, so they gave me a due bill. And so I finally found time. I was able to drop off my car last week Tuesday. They said it was gonna take about 4 days to complete the whole thing, the whole job, and have it back to me. It ended up only taking 2 days, which, you know, I was excited. They said if they couldn't find the loaner vehicle that they would give me a Uber card, that it was an Uber voucher that I believe they said it was gonna be $100, but luckily they found the loaner vehicle. It was a Model S. I believe it was a 2014 based on the design. Those older Teslas, they were not the best. It was still a good car, and it was good gauge to see how the technology is gonna age. The screen was kind of slow, it was sluggish. The computer on board didn't feel like it was up to speed, but autopilot and everything was working just fine. Auto steer was working. It was cool having two screens, but everything did seem busy, especially since I was coming from a Model 3. A lot of things to touch. Activating autopilot was on a separate stock. But anyway, the Model S was good. It was fast, it was fun. It was a fun car to have for those 2 days. But again, I definitely prefer the Model 3 to those older Model S's. But anyway, Thursday came, it was time to go pick up my car. And when I got there, I noticed things immediately. First, let me say the customer service of the gentleman at Tesla was really good. But in regards to my actual car, when I first saw it, it looked good from far away. When I got closer inspecting it, it wasn't the same. I asked them a lot. I said, hey, is it gonna be like factory if we do this paint, if we do the paint correction? And they said, yeah, it's gonna be almost flawless. I got it and I saw flaws almost immediately. They're very small flaws. One of them is just the feel of it. It feels matte. When you rub your finger against it, it sounds different than all the other door jambs. So it feels different and it sounds different. And also I saw another kind of small little imperfection on there. But you know, I was like, I'm gonna take it. I kind of wish that I just kept those two bumps in it, because it was still flush, it was still shiny, it was good to go to me. I just pointed it out to them. It wasn't a big deal. If they would have told me that, hey, we're not gonna fix that, it's a small issue, I would have been fine. But they said they were gonna fix it, so I thought it was gonna be, you know, just perfectly flawless. It's an expensive car, the most expensive car that I ever purchased, so I wanted it to, you know, be the best experience ever. But it's not really going that way. But still, the Tesla is a great car. But not only was I kind of disappointed with the work, but I dropped off the Tesla with over 140 miles, and I picked it up and they had it at 60 miles, which is the lowest my battery has ever been. And so that was disappointing. And another thing was the car wasn't washed. On my older cars, when I used to take them into service, I know each dealer is different, but I would get my car back washed, even if it was just an oil change. And this was a paint correction. So I thought for sure that, you know, they were going to make sure that it came back clean. They did wash that one area. That one area was the only clean area on the car. The car looked dirtier than when I picked it up than when I left it there, which was kind of odd. Anyway, they let me use the supercharger. I had to stay there for an extra hour charging up. If you don't know my charging situation, basically I don't have a charger at home yet. I'm gonna give an update on that pretty soon too, so be on the lookout for that. But basically I needed enough juice to not only drive home, which my house is very far from that service center, but to also be able to drive to work where I can then charge. So I had to stay there, and that supercharger wasn't really too fast. But that's just, you know, smaller things. Overall, I'm very impressed in how fast they did it. I'm not happy with the job itself, but the customer service again was pretty good. And I got to experience a Model S, which is pretty cool also, even though it was an older one. And again, those older ones are just But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking time out of your day to just, you know, follow me along this journey. Again, I should have that charging situation update video out really soon. Oh yeah, I also want to add this. It's not related to the paint issue, but just everything that Tesla is removing from this car. So yeah, I went into the showroom. I walked up to the car. The same car that I looked at before I made my order is the same car that was there, and it still has the clips. It still has the ambient lights. So if that's the car that I base my purchase off of, I think that it should have those things. But you know, that's just me. But anyway, have a blessed day. Thanks again for watching.